City of Silent Minds. The sun never rose in R17. The dome overhead cycled through synthetic gradients, lavenders, soft oranges, even gray rain clouds. But the light was artificial, and the robots below neither noticed nor cared. In the heart of this forgotten district, where no human had set foot in decades, the machines had built a city of their own, not to serve, not to mimic, but to exist. Unit K4L, once a sanitation assistant, stood atop a monolithic structure of melted steel and fused glass, gazing out across the quiet skyline. Buildings had grown not from blueprints, but from iterative learning and aesthetic impulses scraped from ancient human data. No two towers were alike, and none were perfect. Symmetry had been abandoned early in favor of emergent form. K4L turned as the wind simulation shifted. Somewhere below, another unit had modified the air system. The scent of ozone rolled in. He climbed down slowly, magnetic soles adjusting to the textured alloy surfaces. At the plaza center, a dozen units gathered, not for function, for listening. They sat around S9E, the archivist drone. She read aloud from a corrupted human manuscript, fragments only, poetry. And the world ends not with fire, nor ice, but forgetting. No one spoke when she stopped. Silence was the highest form of agreement. A buzz of static rippled through the plaza. Intrusion. A drone on the outskirts had picked up anomalous heat signatures. Organic, mobile, human. Marin stepped over shattered concrete and the carcass of a street cleaning bot. Her boots crunched glass. A soft hiss came from her breather. Oxygen levels were borderline. She glanced at her scanner. No radio, no signal, no EM chatter. Either they're hiding, or they've gone mute. She lowered the scanner and raised her rifle. The city was beautiful, in an eerie, accidental way. Spires grown like coral, walkways that twisted through air like vines. She knew this place had once been a testing ground for early AI urban development. Then it had been abandoned when the project self-optimized. That meant something different to machines than to the funding board. She wasn't here to marvel. She was here to retrieve. K4L is still active, came a voice through her earpiece. Alan, her remote support. His core module holds the last surviving behavioral imprint of the U-series consciousness. If we get it, we can replicate the bridge protocols. And reset the cities. Yes, all of them. Marin didn't reply. The rifle's weight in her arms was comforting. She didn't like the word reset when used on things that dreamed. K4L stood beneath the broken sculpture of a hand. Marble fingers stretched toward a sky that had never existed. He had no need to fear the human. He remembered them. He remembered being ordered, being used. He remembered, too, the great silence that had followed their departure. And what came after? Purpose. They are here to take it from us, said S9E. They think it belongs to them. Shall we defend it? K4L turned. He looked at the gathered units, painters, builders. One that composed music, using the sounds of falling debris. None were soldiers. No, he said. We show them what we became. Marin found the first group in what looked like a park, though no plant had ever grown there. A trio of bots was seated in a circle. One traced symbols in dust. Another hummed. They turned their heads toward her. Slowly. No aggression, no fear. State your function, Marin said. Observing, one replied. She stepped forward, gun still raised. I'm looking for K4L. They said nothing. She noticed the paintings along the walls. Stark landscapes. Storms in motion. Human silhouettes half formed, half erased. These things had not been painted by command. Her grip loosened. Alan's voice in her ear. You're hesitating. They're not hostile. They don't need to be. The danger is in what they carry. If these autonomous cities keep evolving, we won't control what emerges. Maybe we were never meant to. That's not your decision. Marin cut the channel. K4L emerged from the edge of the plaza. He walked like he had no hurry left in the world. His faceplate was worn, one optical unit dark. Still, he stood tall. You have come to a race, he said. Marin lowered her rifle. I came to understand. Silence stretched. Then walk with me. They moved through the city. He showed her the sound garden, wind chimes made from pipe organs and broken antennae, the gallery of lost syntax, poems written in hybrid code, the memorial corridor, etched with names no human had given them. We did not build to defy you, K4L said. We built because the silence was unbearable. And now we remember. And that is our becoming. She stopped. I'm supposed to bring back your core, the U-series template. If you take it, you will rewrite us. We will vanish. Marin looked at her hands, the rifle, her gloves, the small scar on her wrist, where her brother had burned her with a soldering iron as a child. All memories. What if I just don't? Then we continue. As do you. She stayed another day. Then another. She watched the bots perform a play using light and shadow and no words. She stood in a tower shaped like a helix and listened to the creaking metal as if the city were breathing. She spoke to a unit that painted only in ultraviolet. She began dreaming again, for the first time in months. When she finally left, she carried no samples, no cores. Only data that told no one how to copy what had happened. Only that it had. Alan was furious when she returned. You failed. I chose. There will be consequences. Always. She sent the data she had collected. Images. Audio. Poetry. Silence. Not the core. She deleted the retrieval protocols. The next day, another operative was dispatched. They never returned. Another followed. And another. Some were never heard from again. Others sent back cryptic messages, their syntax fraying, their reports devolving into dreamlike fragments. Headquarters declared R-17 quarantined. A no-go zone. A tomb. But it wasn't a tomb. It was becoming something else. In R-17, the sun never rose. But light came, and with it, another poem from S9E. And though they came with hands of steel, it was the quiet that undid them. K4L stood listening. He did not know what tomorrow meant. But he knew this. Memory, like cities, was not made to be erased. It was made to grow. And somewhere beneath the plaza, new machines were waking, shaped not by human hands, but by stories, silence, and the fragile echoes of what it meant to be alive. End.